Lilacs smell of nightfall, I think. Massachusetts. It's a beauty in the spring.
Aye, it is.
I think you're sad again, are you?
You come so late, I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
Why, I've no business in Salem.
Well, you did speak of going earlier this week.
I thought better of it since...
Mary Warren's there today.
Oh, why'd you let her? You heard me forbid her go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop her.
It is a fault. It is a fault, Elizabeth. You're the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten you, Elizabeth? You...
It is a mouse no more. I forbid her go. She raises up her chin like the daughter of a prince and says to me, I must go to Salem, Goody Proctor. I am an official of the court.
Court? What court?
Aye. It is a proper court they have now. They've sent 4 judges out of Boston, she says. Weighty magistrates of the general court. And at the head sits the deputy governor of the province.
Why, she's mad.
I would to God she were. There'll be 14 people in the jail now, she says, and they'll be tried. And the court have power to hang them, too, she says.
They'd never hang.
Deputy governor promised hanging if they'll not confess, John. Town's gone wild, I think. She speak of Abigail, and I thought she were a saint to hear her. Abigail brings the other girls into the court, and where she walks, the crowd will part like the sea for Israel. And folks are brought before them. And if they scream and howl and fall to the floor, the person's clapped in the jail for bewitching them.
Oh, it is a black mischief.
I think you must go to Salem, John. I think so. You must tell them it is a fraud.
Oh, it is, surely.
Let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well, and tell him what she said to you last week in her uncle's house. She said it had naught to do with witchcraft, did she not?
Oh, she did.
God forbid you keep that from the court, John. I think they must be told.
Oh, they must. Tis a wonder they do believe her.
I would go to Salem now, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it, John.
Oh, no, I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
Good then. Let you think on it.
I'm only wondering how I might prove what she told me, Elizabeth. If the girl's a saint now, I think it's not easy to prove she's fraud. The town gone so silly. She told it to me in a room alone. I've no proof for it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment alone, aye.
Well, why then it is not as you told me?
For a moment, I say. The others come in soon after.
Do as you wish, then.
Woman, I'll not have your suspicion anymore.
I have no suspicion.
I'll not have it.
Then let you not earn it.
You doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail that you must go to hurt, would you falter now? I think not.
Now, look
I
here.
see what I see, John.
You will not judge me more, Elizabeth. I have good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail, and I will think on it. Let you look to your own improvement before you go to judge your husband anymore. I've forgot Abigail and... Now, spare me. You forget nothing and forgive nothing. Learn charity, woman. I've gone tiptoe in this house all 7 months since she's gone. I've not moved from there to there without a thing to please you, and still an everlasting funeral marches round your heart. I cannot speak, but I'm doubted every moment, judged for lies. I come into a court when I come into this house.
John, you are not open with me. You saw her with a crowd, you said. Now you say...
I'll plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth.
John, I'm only trying...
No more! I should have roared you down when first you told me your suspicion. But I wilted, and like a Christian, I confessed. Confessed. Some dream I had must have mistaken you for God that day, but you're not. You're not. Let you remember it. Let you look sometimes for the goodness in me and judge me not.
I do not judge you. The magistrate sits in your heart that judges you. I never thought you but a good man, John. Only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze beer. How do you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? I'll whip you if you dare leave this house again.
I'm sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray hurt me not. My insides are all shuddery. I am in the proceedings all day, sir.
And what are these proceedings here? When will you proceed to keep this house as you are paid £9 a year to do? And my wife not wholly well?
I made a gift for you today, Goody Proctor. I had to sit long hours in a chair and pass the time with sewing.
Why, thank you. It's a fair puppet.
We must all love each other now, Goody Proctor.
Aye, indeed we must.
I'll get up early in the morning and clean the house. I must sleep now.
Mary, is it true there'll be 14 women arrested?
Those, sir. There'll be 39 now.
Why, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang? Hang, you say?
Aye.
The deputy governor will permit it?
He sentenced her. He must. But not Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confess to what?
She sometimes made a compact with Lucifer and wrote her name in his black book with her blood and bound herself to torment Christians till God's thrown down and we all must worship hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabberer she is. Did you tell him that?
Mr. Proctor, in open court, she near choked us all to death.
How choked
She
us?
sent her spirit out.
Oh, Mary, surely
She
you...
tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
Why, I never heard you mention that before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come into the court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she's neat in ditches and so very old and poor. Then she sit there, denying and denying. And I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and the skin on my skull begin to creep. I feel a clamp around my neck, and I cannot breathe air. And then I hear a voice, a screaming voice, and it were my voice. And all at once I remembered everything she'd done to me.
Well, what did she do to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor, she come to this very door, begging bread and a cup of cider. Not this. Whenever I turned her away empty, she mumbled.
Mumbled? She may mumble if she's hungry.
But why does she mumble? You must remember, Goody Proctor, last month, Monday, I think, she walked away and I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
Why, I do, I think.
So I told that to Judge Athor, and he asks her so. Goody Osborne, says he, what curse do you mumble that this girl must fall sick after turning you away? And then she replies, why, Your Excellence, no curse at all. I only say my commandments. I hope I may say my commandments.
And that's an upright answer.
Aye, but then Judge Athorn say, recite first your commandments. And of all the 10, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments, and they had her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her?
Why, they must. When she condemned herself.
But the proof. The proof.
I told you the proof. It's our proof. Hard as rock, the judges said.
You will not go to court again, Mary Warren.
I must tell you, sir, I'll be gone every day now. I am amazed you do not see what weighty work we do.
What work you do? Strange work for a Christian girl to hang old women.
But, Mr. Proctor, they will not hang them if they confess. Sarah Good will only sit in jail sometime. And here's a wonder for you. Think on this. Goody Goody's pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's nearer 60.
They had Dr. Griggs examine her and she's full to the brim. Smoking a pipe all these years and no husband either. Be that not a marvel? You must see it, sir. It's God's work we do. So I'll be gone every day for some time. I am an official of the court, they say.
I'll official you.
I won't stand whipping any more.
Mary, promise you'll stay at home.
The devil's loose in Salem, Mr. Proctor. We must discover where he's hiding.
I'll whip the devil out of you.
I saved her life today.
I am accused.
I'm not mentioned. But I said I never see no sign you ever sent your spirit out to hurt no one. Seeing I do live so closely with you, they dismissed it.
Who accused me?
and bound by law, I cannot tell it. I only hope you'll not be so sarcastical no more. 4 judges and the King's deputy sat to dinner with us but an hour ago. I would have you speak surly to me from this out.
Go to bed.
I'll not be ordered to bed no more, Mr. Proctor. I'm 18 and a woman, however single.
Do you wish to sit up? Then sit up.
Wish to go to bed.
Good night, then!
Oh, the news. The noose is up.
There'll be no noose.
She wants me dead. I knew all week it would come to this.
They dismissed it, you heard her say.
What of tomorrow? She will cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John.
No, I say sit down. Now, we must be wise, Elizabeth.
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
Fear nothing, I'll find Ezekiel Cheever. I'll tell him she said it were all sport.
John, with so many in the jail, more than Cheever's help is needed now, I think. Would you favour me with this? Go to Abigail.
What have I to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There is a promise made in any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made. And she may dote on it now. I think she does. And thinks to kill me, then to take my place. It is her dearest hope, John. I know it. There are 1,000 names. Why does she call mine? There be a certain danger in calling such a name. I am no goody-good that sleeps in ditches, nor Osborne, drunk and half-witted. She dare not call out such a farmer's wife, but there be monstrous profit in it. She thinks to take my place, John.
She cannot think it.
John! Have you ever shown her somewhat of contempt? She cannot pass you in the church, but you will blush.
I may blush for my sin.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
What say you? What say you, Elizabeth?
I think you be somewhat shamed, for I am there and she's so close.
When will you know me, woman? Were a stoner would have cracked for shame this 7 months.
Then go and tell her she's a whore. Whatever promise she may sense, break it, John. Break it.
Good, then. I'll go.
Oh, how unwillingly.
I will curse her hotter than the oldest cinder in hell, but pray begrudge me not my anger.
Your anger? I only ask...
Woman, am I so base? Do you truly think me base?
I never called you base.
Then how do you charge me with such a promise? The promise that a stallion gives a mare, I gave the girl.
Then why do you anger with me when I bid you break it?
Because it speaks deceit, and I am honest. But I'll plead no more. I see now your spirit twists around the single error of my life, and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free when you come to know that I will be your only wife, or no wife at all. She has an arrow in you yet, John Proctor, and you know it well.
Good evening.
What? Mr. Hale? Good evening to you, sir. Come in, come in.
I hope I did not startle you.
No, it's only I heard no horse.
You are good wife, Prop.
Hi, Elizabeth.
I hope you are not off to bed, yes?
No, no. We are not used to visitors after dark, but you're welcome here. Will you sit you down, sir?
I will. Will you sit, good wife, Proctor?
Will you drink cider, Mr. Hale?
No, it rebels my stomach. I have some further traveling yet tonight. Will you sit, mister? I will not keep you long, but I have some business with you.
Business of the court.
No, I come of my own without the court's authority. Hear me. I know not if you are aware, but your wife's name is mentioned in the court.
We know it, sir. How Mary Warren told us. We are entirely amazed.
I am a stranger here, as you know, and in my ignorance, I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of those that come accused before the court. And so this afternoon and now tonight, I go from house to house. I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house.
Rebecca's charged?
Oh, God forbid such a one be charged. She is, however, mentioned somewhat.
You'll never believe, I hope, that Rebecca trafficked with the devil.
Woman, it is possible.
Oh, surely you cannot think so.
This is a strange time, mister. No man may longer doubt the powers of the dark are gathered in monstrous attack upon this village. There is too much evidence now to deny it. You will agree, sir?
Well, I've no knowledge in that line, but it's hard to think so pious a woman be secretly a devil's bitch after 70 years of such good prayer.
Ah, but the devil is a wily one. You cannot deny it. However, she is far from accused, and I know she will not be. I thought, sir, to put some questions as to the Christian character of this house, if you'll permit me.
Well, we have no fear of questions, sir.
Good. In the book of records that Mr. Paris keeps, I note that you are really in church on Sabbath day.
No, sir, you are mistaken.
26 times in 17 months. I must call that rare.
Mr. Howell,
Can you tell me why that is?
I never knew I must account to that man for I come to church or stay at home. My wife was sick this winter.
So I'm told. But you, mister, why could you not come alone?
I surely did come when I could. And when I could not, I prayed in this house.
Mr. Proctor, your house is not a church. Your theology must tell you that.
It does, sir. It does. And it tells me that a minister may pray to God without he have golden candlesticks upon the altar.
What golden candlesticks?
Since we built the church, there were pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Nurse made them, you know. And a sweeter hand never touched the metal. But Paris came. And for 20 weeks, he preached nothing but golden candlesticks until he had them. I labour the earth from dawn of day to blink of night, and I tell you true, when I looked to heaven and see my money glaring at his elbows, it hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt my prayer. I think sometimes the man dreams cathedrals, not clapboard meeting houses.
Yet, mister, a Christian on Sabbath day must be in church. Tell me, you have 3 children?
Aye. Boys.
How comes it that only 2 are baptized?
I like it not that Mr. Parrish should lay his hand upon my baby. But I see no light of God in that man. I'll not conceal it.
I must say it, Mr. Proctor. That is not for you to decide. The man's ordained, therefore the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hale?
No, I have not.
You know, I nailed the roof upon the church. I hung the door.
Oh, did you? Oh, that's a good sign, then.
But it may be I've been too quick to bring the man to book, but you cannot think that we ever desired the destruction of religion. I think that's in your mind, is it not?
I have... There is a softness in your record, sir. A softness.
I think maybe we have been too hard with Mr. Paris. I think so. But sure, we never loved the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life, Mr. Hale. I'm a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, mister?
Oh, I'm sure I do, sir.
Let you repeat them, then, if you will.
Commandments.
Aye.
Thou shalt not kill.
Aye.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's goods. Nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt honour thy father and mother. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You said that twice, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, sir, between the two of us, we do no more. I think it'd be a small fault.
Theology, sir, is a fortress. No crack in a fortress may be accounted small.
There be no love for Satan in this house, mister.
I pray it. I pray it dearly. Well, I bid you good night.
Mr. Hale. I think you are suspecting me somewhat, are you not?
Goody Proctor, I do not judge you. My duty is to add what I may to the godly wisdom of the court. I pray you both good health and good fortune. Good night.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no witness and cannot prove it except my word be taken, but I know the children's sickness had naught to do with witchcraft.
Naught to do with...
Mr. Parris discovered them sporting in the woods. They were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail?
Aye.
Abigail Williams told you it had naught to do with witchcraft?
She told me the day you came, sir.
Well, why? Why did you keep this?
Well, I never knew until tonight that the world has gone daft with this nonsense.
Nonsense? Mister, I have myself examined Tituba, Sarah Good, and numerous others that have confessed to dealing with the devil. They have confessed it.
Why not, if they must hang for denying it? There are them who swear to anything before they'll hang. Have you never thought of that?
I have. I have indeed. And would you testify to this in court?
I'd not reckon we'd going into court. But if I must, I will.
Do you falter here?
I falter nothing. But I may wonder if my story will be credited in such a court. I do wonder on it. When such a steady-minded minister as you will suspicion such a woman that never lied and cannot, and the world knows she cannot. I may falter somewhat, mister. I am no fool.
Proctor, let you open with me here, for I have a rumor that troubles me. It's said that you hold no belief that there may even be witches in the world. Is that true, sir?
Well, I know not what I've said. I may have said it. I have wondered if there be witches in the world, although I cannot believe they come among us now.
Then you do not believe it?
I have no knowledge of it. The Bible speaks of witches, and I will not deny them.
And you, woman?
I cannot believe it.
You cannot?
Elizabeth, you bewilder him.
I cannot think the devil may own a woman's soul, Mr. Hale, when she keeps an upright way as I have. I am a good woman. I know it. And if you believe I may do only good works in the world and yet be secretly bound to Satan, then I must tell you, sir, I do not believe it.
But, woman, you do believe that there are witches in the world?
If you think I am one, then I say there are none.
But you surely do not fly against the gospel. The gospel
She believes in the gospel, every word.
Question Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
She do not mean to doubt the gospel, sir. You cannot think it. This be a Christian house, sir. Christian house.
God keep you both. Now let the third child be quickly baptized. Go you without fail each Sunday into Sabbath prayer and keep a solemn, quiet way among you.
Yes, John!
Charles, what's the matter?
They take my wife, and it's Rebecca.
Rebecca's in the jail.
Shiva come and took her in his wagon. We've only now come from the jail. They'll not even let us in to see them.
They've surely gone wild now, Mr.
Reverend
Hale.
Hale, will you not speak to the deputy governor? I fear that he mistakes these people.
Pray calm yourself, Mr. Nurse.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hale. And Martha Corey. There cannot be a woman closer yet to God than Martha.
How is Rebecca charged, Mr. Nurse?
For murder she is charged. For the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
Believe me, Mr. Nurse, if Rebecca Nurse be tainted, then nothing left to stop the whole green world from burning. Let you rest upon the justice of the court. The court will send her home, I know it.
Can that mean that she'll be tried in court?
Nurse, though our hearts break, we cannot flinch. These are new times, sir. There is a misty plot afoot so subtle we should be criminal to cling to old respects and ancient friendships. I've seen too many frightful proofs in court. The devil is alive in Salem, and we dare not quail to follow where the accusing finger points.
How may such a woman murder children?
Man, remember until an hour before the devil fell, God thought him beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife were a witch, Mr. Hale. I only said she were reading books.
What exactly were the complaint made on your wife?
That bloody mongrel Walcott charger. You see, I picked up my wife 4 or 5 years ago, and the pig died soon after he come dancing in for his money back. So my Martha, she says to him, Walcott, if you haven't got the wit to feed a pig properly, you're not going to live to own many, she said. And now he goes into court and claims from that day to this he cannot keep a pig alive for more than 4 weeks because my Martha bewitches him with the books.
Good evening to you, Proctor.
Why, Mr. Cheever. Good evening.
Good evening, all. Good evening, Mr. Hale.
I hope you come not on business of the court.
I do, Proctor, I am clerk of the court now, you know.
It's a pity, Ezekiel, that an honest tailor might have gone to heaven must burn in hell. You're burned for this. You know it.
You know yourself I must do as I'm told. You surely know that, Giles. And I'd as lief you've not be sending me to hell. I like not the sound of it, I tell you. I like not the sound of it. Now, believe me, Proctor, how heavy be the law, and all its tonnage I do carry on my back tonight. I have a warrant for your wife.
You said she were not charged.
I know nothing of it. When was she charged?
I am given 16 warrants tonight, sir, and she is one.
Who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams charge her.
On what proof? What proof?
Proctor, I have little time. The court bids me search your house, but I like not to search a house. So will you hand me any poppets that your wife may keep here?
Poppets?
I never kept no puppets. Not since I were a girl.
I spy a poppet, Goody Proctor.
Oh, why, this is Mary's.
Would you please to give it to me?
Has the court discovered a text in poppets now?
Do you keep any others in this house?
No, this one either till tonight. What signifies a poppet?
Why, a poppet may signify. Now, woman, would you please to come with me?
She will not. Fetch Mary here.
No, I'm forbid to leave her out of my sight.
You'll leave her out of sight and out of mind, mister. Fetch Mary, Elizabeth.
What signifies a poppet, Mr. Cheever?
Why, they say a poppet may signify that she's... Why, this? This?
What's there?
Why, 'tis a needle. Herrick, it is a needle.
What signifies a needle?
Why, this go hard on a Proctor, this. I had my doubts, Proctor, I had my doubts, but here's calamity. You see, sir, it is a needle.
Why? What meaning has
The
it?
girl, sir, the Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She sat to dinner tonight in Reverend Parris's house, and without word nor warning, she falls to the floor, like a struck beast, he says, and screamed a scream that a bull would weep to hear. He goes to save her, and stuck 2 inches in the flesh of her belly, he draw a needle out, and demanding of her how she came to be so stabbed, she testified to your wife's familiar spirit pushed it in.
Why, she done it herself. Hope you're not taking this for proof, mister.
'Tis hard proof. I find here a puppet Goody Proctor keeps. I have found it, sir. And in the belly of a puppet, a needle stuck. I tell you true, Proctor, I never warranted to see such proof of hell. I bid you not obstruct me.
Here now. Mary, how did this poppet come into my house?
What puppet's that, sir?
This poppet.
Why, I think it is mine.
It is your poppet, is it not?
It is, sir.
And how did it come into this house?
Why, I made it in the court, sir, and give it to Goody Proctor tonight.
Now, sir, do you have it?
Mary Warren, a needle was found inside this puppet.
I meant no harm by it,
You
sir.
stuck that needle in yourself?
I believe I did, sir.
What say you now?
Child, are you certain this be your natural memory? Maybe perhaps that someone conjures you even now to see?
Conjures me? Why, no, sir. I am entirely myself, I think. Let you ask Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewing it in court. Ask Abby. Abby sat beside me when I made it.
Bid him be gone. Your mind is surely settled now. Bid him out, Mr. Hale.
What signifies a needle?
Mary, you charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder? I charge no...
Abigail was stabbed tonight. A needle was found stuck into her belly.
And she charges me?
Aye.
The girl is murder. She must be ripped out of the world.
You heard that, sir? Ripped out of the world, Herrick. You heard it.
Out with it.
Proctor, you dare not touch the warrant.
Out with it.
You've ripped the deputy governor's warrant, man.
Damn the deputy governor, out of my house.
Now, Proctor.
Get you gone with him. You are a broken minister.
Proctor, if she is innocent,
If she is innocent, why do you never wonder if Paris be innocent or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy now? Were they born this morning as clean as God's fingers? But I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. We are what we always were in Salem. But now the little crazy children are jangling the keys of the kingdom, and common vengeance writes the law. This warrants vengeance. I'll not give my wife to vengeance.
I'll go, John.
You will not go.
I have 9 men outside. You cannot keep them. But the law binds me, John. I cannot budge.
Will you see her taken?
Proctor, the court is just.
Pontius Pilate. God will not let you wash your hands of this.
John, I think I must go with them. Mary, there is bread enough for the morning. You will bake in the afternoon. Help Mr. Proctor as you were his daughter. You owe me that. And much more. When the children wake, speak nothing of witchcraft. It were frightened.
I will bring you home. I'll bring you soon.
Oh, John, bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean on that cord. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
I will fear nothing. Tell the children I've gone to visit someone sick.
Herrick! Herrick, don't chain her! Down you man, you will not chain her!
Leave her be, and go ill with you in court.
I'll not have it!
Go ill with you in court,
no,
John.
no,
Leave her
no,
be. Leave her be.
I will not have a chain!
Leave her be, John.
Get silent, minister. It's fraud, you know, it's fraud. What keeps you, man?
I will pay you, Herrick. I will surely pay you.
In God's name, John, I cannot help myself. I must chain them all. Now, let you keep inside this house till I'm gone.
Out of my sight.
Charity, Proctor, charity! What I have heard in her favor, I will not fear to testify in court. God help me, I cannot judge her guilty or innocent, I know not. Only this consider. The world goes mad, and it profit nothing you should lay the cause to the vengeance of a little girl.
You are a coward. Though you be ordained in God's own tears, you are a coward now.
Proctor, I cannot think God be provoked so grandly for such a petty cause. The jails are packed. Our greatest judges sit in Salem now, and hangings promised. And we must look to cause proportionate. Were murder done, perhaps, and never brought to light? Abomination. Some secret blasphemy that stinks to heaven. Think on the cause, man, and let you help me to discover it. For that is your only way. Believe me, that is your only way when such confusion strikes the world. Let you counsel among yourselves. Think on your village and what may have drawn such thundering wrath from heaven down upon you all. Pray God will open up our eyes.
I never heard no murder done in Salem.
Leave me, Francis. Leave me.
John, tell me, are we lost?
We'll speak on it tomorrow. Go home now, Charles.
Think on it. I'll come early, eh?
Aye. Go now, Charles.
Good night, then.
Mr. Proctor? Very likely they'll let her come home. Once they're given proper evidence.
You're coming to the court with me, Mary. You will tell it in the court.
Cannot charge murder on Abigail.
You will tell the court how that puppet come here and who stuck the needle in.
She'll kill me for saying that. Abby will charge lechery on you, Mr. Proctor.
She's told you.
I have known it, sir. She'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good. Then her saintliness is done with. We will slide together into our pit. You will tell the court what you know.
No. No, therapy. I cannot.
My wife will never die for me. I will bring your guts into your mouth, but that goodness will never die for me.
I cannot do it. I cannot.
Make your peace with it. Now, hell and heaven grapple on our backs and all our old pretense is ripped away. Make your peace.
I cannot do it. I cannot. I cannot.
Peace. It is a providence. No great change. We are only what we always were. But naked now. I, naked. And the wind God's icy wind will blow.
I cannot do it. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot.
I must speak with you, Abigail. Will you sit?
How do you come?
Friendly.
I don't like the woods at night. Pray you stand closer. I knew it must be you. When I heard the pebbles on my window, before I opened up my eyes, I knew. I thought you would come a good time sooner.
I had thought to come many times.
And why didn't you? I'm so alone in the world now.
Are you? I've heard people come 100 miles to see your face these days.
Aye, my face. Can you see my face?
Then you're troubled?
Have you come to mock me?
No. No, but I hear only that you go to the tavern every night. You play shovelboard with the deputy governor. And they give you cider.
I have once or twice paid the shovelboard, but I have no joy in it.
This is a surprise, Abby. I thought to find you gayer than this. I've told a troop of boys go step for step with you wherever you walk these days.
Aye, they do. But I have only lewd looks from the boys.
And you like that, not?
I cannot bear lewd looks no more, John. My spirit's changed entirely. I ought to be given godly looks when I suffer for them as I do.
Oh. How do you suffer, Abby?
Why, look at my leg. I'm holes all over from their damn needles and pins. That jab your wife gave me is not healed yet, you know.
Oh, it isn't.
I think sometimes she comes and pricks it open again while I sleep. And George Jacobs, he comes again and again and he raps with his stick. The same spot every night, all this week. Look at the lump I have.
Abby, George Jacobs is in the jail all this month.
Thank God he is, and bless the day he hangs and lets me sleep in peace. Oh, John, the world's so full of hypocrites. They pray in jail. I'm told they all pray in jail.
They may not pray.
And torture me in my bed while sacred words are coming from their mouths. It will need God himself to cleanse this town properly.
Abby, you mean to cry out still others.
If I live, if I am not murdered, I surely will. Until the last hypocrite is dead.
Then there is no one good.
Aye, there is one. You are good.
Am I? How am I good?
Why, you taught me goodness. Therefore you are good. It were a fire you walked me through, and all my ignorance was burned away. It were a fire, John, we lay in fire. And from that night, no woman dare call me wicked anymore, but I knew my answer. I used to weep for my sins because the wind lifted up my skirts, and blush for shame because some old Rebecca called me loose. And then you burned my ignorance away. As bare as some December tree, I saw them all, walking like saints to church, running to feed the sick and hypocrites in their hearts. And God gave me strength to call them liars. And God made men listen to me. And by God, I will scrub the world clean for the love of him. Oh, John, I will make you such a wife when the world is white again. You will be amazed to see me every day. A light of heaven in your house. Why are you cold?
My wife goes to trial in the morning, Abigail.
Your wife?
Surely you knew of it.
I do remember it now. Is she well?
As well as she may be. 36 days in that place.
You said you come friendly.
She will not be condemned, Abby.
You brought me from my bed to speak of her.
I've come to tell you, Abby, what I will do tomorrow in the court. I would not take you by surprise. I'll give you all good time to think on what to do to save yourself.
Save myself?
If you do not free my wife tomorrow, I am set and bound to ruin you, Abby.
Oh, ruin me.
I have rocky proof in documents that you knew that poppet were none of my wife's. That you yourself bade Mary Warren stab that needle into it.
I bade Mary Warren?
You know what you do. You are not so mad.
Oh, hypocrites. Have you won him too? John, why do you let them send you?
I'll warn you, Abby.
They send you. They steal your honesty.
I have found my honesty.
No, this is your wife's pleading. Your snivelling, envious wife. This is Rebecca's voice, Martha Corrie's voice. You were no hypocrite.
I will prove you for the fraud you are.
And if they ask why Abigail would ever do so murderous a deed, what will you tell them?
I will tell them why.
What will you tell? You will confess to fornication in the court.
If you will have it so, I will tell it. I say I will. You can still hear. Hear this. Can you hear? You will tell the court. You are blind to spirits. You cannot see them anymore. And you will never cry witchery again, or I will make you famous for the whore you are.
Never in this world. I know you, John. You are at this moment singing secret hallelujahs that your wife will hang.
You mad, you murderous bitch!
Oh, how hard it is when pretense falls. But it falls. It falls. You've done your duty by her. I hope this is your last hypocrisy. I pray you will come again with sweeter news for me. I know you will, now that your duty's done. Good night, John. Fear not. I will save you tomorrow. From yourself, I will save you.